All right, let's get straight to it. This is a high-stakes briefing. You're a pro, you're at the top of your game, and the gear you choose can literally mean the difference between victory and defeat. We've narrowed the field down to two absolute monsters in the 18-inch laptop space. So let's figure out which one's right for you.
Look, this isn't just about buying a new computer. This is about choosing your primary weapon for the next season. In one corner, you've got the raw, brute force of the MSI Titan, and in the other, the slick, refined, and absolutely lethal Asus Scar. So let's break them down.
Make no mistake, these two are the undisputed heavyweight champions of this whole category. Both are engineered to push the absolute limits of what you thought a laptop could do, and they're both packing the absolute latest and greatest from Intel and NVIDIA.
What's really fascinating here is the philosophy each company took. MSI basically said, compromise is not an option, and they built a behemoth, a true desktop replacement that just laughs at the idea of limits. Asus, well, they went a different route. They engineered a predator. It's sleeker, it's a bit more balanced, but it is every bit as deadly.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff, the part that really matters. Raw, unadulterated power. We're going to pop the hood and see what's really going to drive those frame rates through the roof. So let's zero in on the silicon. At a glance, they look pretty similar, right? Both are rocking that beastly NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 GPU, and both are pushing it to a massive 175 watts. But look closer. The Titan gets a slightly beefier CPU, the 285HX, versus the 275HX in the Scar. And more importantly, MSI's overboost tech lets it pull way more power in total.
And this number right here, this is the Titan's secret weapon, 270 watts of combined power. Now, what does that actually mean for you? It means that when things get crazy, when you're in a massive team fight or rendering a huge video file, the CPU and GPU can both run faster, for longer, without throttling. It's a small number on paper that makes a huge difference in the real world.
And here's the proof in the pudding. We're talking Borderlands 3, a really demanding game, and look at that gap. The Titan is pulling a staggering 40 frames per second more than the Scar. That's not just a little bump you might not notice. That is a massive, tangible, game-changing performance advantage that you will absolutely feel. But listen, raw power is only half the battle. We've got to talk about the display, because this might just be the single most important decision you make. This is where you have to choose what kind of competitive advantage you actually want.
And the trade-off couldn't be clearer. The MSI Titan is all about that cinematic, jaw-dropping quality with its 4K resolution. Single-player games are going to look absolutely unreal. The Asus Scar, on the other hand, is built for one thing: competitive smoothness. It's all about that refresh rate. Let's just look at the specs side by side. The Titan's 4K mini LED screen is, it's a dream for anyone who loves gorgeous visuals or creates content. But if you're an esports pro, your eyes should be glued to the Scar's column. 240 Hz is incredibly fast, but the real killer feature here is G-Sync support. That means zero screen tearing and the absolute smoothest motion possible. The Titan, surprisingly, doesn't have it. For a top-tier competitor, that could be a deal breaker.
Now, beyond the core specs and the screen, these machines are designed to be your one and only rig. They are true desktop replacements, so let's look at the features that back that claim up. Okay, on this front, it's not even a competition. The Titan just runs away with it. We're talking support for up to a frankly ridiculous 128 gigs of faster RAM and count 'em, 4 M.2 SSD slots. This thing isn't just a gaming laptop, it's a full-blown mobile workstation. If you're a streamer, a video editor, someone who does it all, that expandability is a game changer.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from the folks at Exia Developers nails it. The Titan is a desktop in a laptop's body, but that laser focus on power means it has to make some sacrifices in, the laptop part of the equation. And you can literally feel the difference. The Titan is built like a premium tank. It has this magnesium aluminum body and, most importantly, a real Cherry MX mechanical keyboard. That tactile click is just fantastic. The Scar is lighter, which is nice, but its keyboard is a standard, good quality rubber dome. It's fine, but it just can't compare to that true mechanical feel.
All right, we've gone through all the fun stuff, the specs, the power, the features, but now we have to get real. Every pro has a budget, and every pro has to travel. So let's talk about the practical stuff, money and portability.
And this slide, This is where the reality of the decision really hits home. The Asus Scar is way, way cheaper. It's also almost a full kilogram lighter, which is a huge deal when you're lugging it through an airport. And maybe most importantly, it gets nearly double the battery life. For anyone who's actually on the road, the Scar is just the more practical, sensible machine.
So really, it all boils down to this. Are all of the Titan's advantages, that extra bit of performance, the 4K screen, the insane expandability, are they worth paying almost 40% more? For most people, the answer is probably no. But then again, you're not most people.
So, we've gathered all the intel, we've sized up the competition, now it's time for the final debrief. Here is your actionable recommendation, broken down for your specific mission profile.
Okay, here's the bottom line. You choose the Asus ROG Scar 18 if you are a serious competitive esports pro, period. That 240Hz G-Sync display is your single biggest advantage, giving you unmatched motion clarity. It's also the smart buy if you travel a lot and want a better price to performance deal. Now, you choose the MSI Titan 18X AI if you're a content creator, a developer, or a gamer who demands the absolute, undisputed, bleeding edge of performance, and budget just isn't part of the conversation. If you need that 4K screen and workstation level power, the Titan is, without a doubt, the king. So the final decision is yours. Are you the agile predator, built for speed and efficiency? Or are you the uncompromising behemoth, ready to overwhelm the competition with pure, raw force? You've got the intelligence. Now it's time to choose your weapon.